there was a lot of talk about, how the artists, reaching out and something. Can anyone of you talk about the role of supporting people? Is there an industry that can, is there an industry that's there, the other resources that help the people who help who work, behind the scenes, I guess, or like, getting editing, video editing, maybe costumes, maybe makeup, maybe kind of like, is there an industry for that?
Great question. So the question was, there's been a lot of talk about what the artists can do themselves to further their careers or chances at success, but what about the supporting cast? And is the supporting cast even necessary, right? And then, if so, what are there resources for the supporting cast, right? Or resources to find, a videographer or a stylist or a production manager or a role manager, etc. Do these people exist? Are there resources for them? So anybody, some people are part of the team, right? You want to jump on in there real quick? You get quiet.
It's called showing up. You gotta. A lot of people today can vote on the street. Take everything serious. That's my thing. I just take everything serious. I show up at events rock events. I don't care what it is, because it's funny how the music business is today. It's like everyone's incorporated with something. Like you watch McDonald's commercials, they got hip hop in it now. So everyone's involved in something. There ain't no like, I don't listen to that type of music no more. I listen to alternative, I listen to rap, I listen to rock. I guess the thing I would tell you to do is, if you see an event flyer or something like that, go, check it out, find out who's the role players, from everybody from the venue. Like people, I always call that the people, they always look for the artist and they go, the artist ain't going to put you in that place immediately. He's still focused on himself. So you got to find out who's putting these shows together for him. I guess, you can Google. Google's always a good thing. Like my man here got the website, and you got my man Devon that had a record label and a management team going on. So, he's probably a good resource right now. She's probably a resource to get you shows and what you got to do to be ready. The question I would ask is, do you have the product? Are you ready for these people? You know what I mean? Maybe the thing that you should be doing right now is, like she said, creating events for yourself that people can come out and see you. And then once people start seeing you, all those things will come, because no one wants to miss out on the porch. You know what I mean? So I think that you should start by self-promotion. Master P was a great self-promotional dude. He wasn't the greatest rapper, and you probably really would agree with that. But he made you believe, right? And with that believing, he was able to land a record deal with a major label that actually Priority Records went under because of Master P, because they couldn't pay him fast enough. He was putting so many records out, they couldn't pay him fast enough that they had to start digging in other project money to pay Master P, which sunk the company. So, self-promotion, man. Get out here. It's funny because artists run up to me all the time and say, man, I'm going to put Seattle on the map, I'm about to do this. Like, Seattle's on the map. If it's not, then somebody made a misprint. Right? But I go, man, let me hear your music first before you talk your game. Right? So sometimes you got to be careful, because you only get one shot sometimes. Sometimes those people don't want to take that second chance to hear you. So if you're telling me you need a manager in this, you're hot, then I go home and I get online and your music ain't what I thought it was. I'm not going to call you back. I can't call everybody and say you're whack, because now you're making a song about me. So self-promote. Get your face out there. I always say this all the time. People do not take the old school route of getting their face out there. Stop expecting your Facebook to always, build that audience. What better way to do it than to pass me something right now? Like, if you didn't come here with something right now, you're missing. You know what I mean? Because you never know who's in the building. So always have something on you that's going to bring people closer to your brand. And he said, your brand is important. You got all the African community is big in Seattle now. that resource and tap into it so that we can tap into you, and then it's like, yo, it's a no-brainer. This is what's happening today, you know what I mean? So I self-promote, let it come to you. She got something to say.
I just want to add on to that as well. One thing, make great art and share it, right? That's important. Make great art and share it. The other piece is, like, one of the rules around social media that they say, Twitter, you know, 80% about other people, 20% about yourself. You know, don't just spam, listen to my new song, my new record, just spam, like, no, it doesn't work well at all. Okay, so what I'm saying is network, reach out to other people, go find a videographer, make yourself a part of a community of artists. Here's a photographer, here's a videographer, here's a visual artist, here's a fashion person. Promote them, support their show. So then when it's time for you to bring something to the table, then they're ready, they're happy to support you because you've been given. Just in life, you can learn a lot from nature. Before you can eat, you have to till the ground, plant a seed, and then wait to harvest that, right? So we always have to give before we receive. We have to serve before we're served, and that's something that, just as, you know, as you were speaking, you never know who's in the building. It was 10 years ago to this very day that we brought Russell Simmons to this stage right here to talk to the young people, and that was always his message about serving. And I'm like, why are you always talking about serving and you're a million? Tell us how to make some money, right? That's what the students want to know. They don't want to know about serving, but it makes sense, you know, and in time you get to understand these things. But go ahead, Michelle.
Are you a off-stage artist? Are you like a videographer or stylist or something? So yes, there's absolutely opportunities for people who are not the artists to engage the art in this community. First of all, there are dozens of theaters that are looking for people, but they're looking for people with a higher level of skill. If you don't have a college degree level of skill, that's okay. If you have a passion and a show up on time and work harder than everybody else level of skill, they'll still take that on. I have 6 albums and 4 videos that have gone to TV. All of them have had stylists, all of them have had videographers, all of them have had photographers, all of them have had choreographers, all of them have had producers, mixers, masters, all that stuff. And so with every single one of those things, there is a team of people behind it. And honestly, the way that I kind of come into the people who were the team for each project was they might have just been in a show and they just casually said, hey, who styled you for this show? And I said, nobody, right? And then what happens is, as an artist, you don't take that was essentially an excuse, right? The stylist is trying to tell you that I'm a stylist, let me give you that show. But what happens is, us artists, we get so self-centered sometimes that all we think about is what you just did on the show, and you didn't hear that person say, I'm a stylist. But on the other hand, that stylist didn't say strong enough, I'm a stylist. I want to style you, right? And so one of the things I had to do as an artist was begin to hear people say, I want to help you, and then let them, sometimes artists can be real, sometimes artists get treated bad, right? We don't get paid enough, we don't get enough, whatever. We get treated bad, but we don't realize that we do that to other artists as well. And so as an artist, I don't think about this other artist. She wants to make her name off of being a stylist the same way I want to make my name as an artist. And so what I try to do is I try to get her to work for me for free when I complain about how much people want me to work for free for them. And so sometimes, like you said, you have to offer them something. If you don't have the money, offer them a ride on your website, offer them credits on your album, offer them something. So I would say as an artist, you have to start to listen to other artists who say, I want to be a part of what you're doing. But those other off-stage artists, you have to speak louder and tell people, this is what I do. And the same way that I have to show, like as a singer, when I say I'm a singer, I gotta be ready to sing, right? If I say I'm a stylist, if I say I'm a videographer or a choreographer, you need to be ready to do that, or show me where I can see that, so that when I'm ready to do my next project, I can go, oh yeah, that guy. He said he was a stylist, and I actually did see his work. So is the work out there? Yes. For every artist, there's a need for a team, for every single one. I would say find an artist who's really serious about their craft, because if they're serious about their craft, they'll be serious about how you can add to their craft. but you just gotta approach it and say, I want to, don't take an approach like I hope they heard what I was trying to say. Don't try to say it, say it.
And that's just a little bit of what I do. I am the person who people go to, so I connect people with stylists and the musicians or the singers and all that. So I do a lot of giving and serving, and I work with a lot of these people. I work with the stylist, I work with the musician, I work with the producers, I work with several people. I'm pretty new to the game, but I have been working and doing that piece of it for quite a while. So I'm also a part of a new company that's about to start, who's going to have that kind of thing where you can come and put yourself out there if you're a stylist or if you whatever you do, and we can connect you to, you know, who you need to know. I think for me, me working with all these different people, I've met some amazing people, and I work with a director who's actually coming here to premiere his play, and so he's actually wanting all Seattle artists to be in this play. We'll have some national artists, so I'm having a casting call, but you know, you did your thing. I don't have my flyers here because I ran somewhere else, you know, so I wasn't prepared like Egon, like you said, you should have your stuff in your hand, but he's doing a casting call on June 29th at the Embassy Suite, so they're looking for singers and dancers and any type of, you know, you act, whatever you do, that, you know, where you send your headshot and you can come see me afterwards and I can give you the information. But that's the type of thing I'm just out there. And so I connect with these people, and people are like, I just meet this guy, he's in Florida, he's never been to Seattle ever. And he's premiering his play, he's on tour right now, he's premiering his play here. So it's real important, you know, just to be out there.
The promoters know everybody.
Right.
The promoters know everybody. As an artist, I know the other artists. But promoters know the artists, the DJs, the stylists, the photographers. Promoters know everything. The thing about promoters, though, they move so fast, you might not be able to tell them, you know, stop for a second. But if you get to know the promoters, they know everybody in all of those fields because they use all those people. And so if you get to know the promoters and let them know who you are, then when something comes up, they'll remember who you are, and they'll connect you to whatever the next big thing is.
One thing I want to add is everybody's been given a lot of great information today about how you build relationships and the steps. But the key is that every artist needs to know the very next step they need to do. When you meet and you connect with either a business person or another artist, you're like, yeah, we should collaborate or do something, and then, you know, 2 years go by. So what you have to come in with is with a strategy of what's your very next step after the end of this conversation. Am I calling him tomorrow? When am I going to call this person? And you need to really follow up and have a plan of action when you actually meet people or you get information. Like, we got information tonight. Question is, what are you going to do with this information? What's the very next step you're going to do? Are you going to be like, well, that was great information last year that I got, and you did nothing about it. So just make sure you have a very next step and you take action.
Okay, now the questions are coming, right here and then over here. Just right when they come on stage, and be right here.
Hey, I gotta throw this in here because that's just how I feel. All this stuff ain't gonna happen without God anyway, so I just have to say that, because we in here talking about who can make what happen, and without God, ain't nothing gonna happen. So, just, I want that to be real right now, real big. And it's funny that we talk about connections, man, sometimes, man, I'm gonna be honest with you, like right now I got 2 phone numbers, and I just shut both of my Facebooks down so that I can sleep. Sometimes, man, you gotta be seriously prepared. Like, when you call me, I don't wanna hear your life story. I don't wanna hear about what you see me do and all that type of stuff. Some people wanna be your friend, and once we sense that, we start saying, man, I don't want those type of relationships all the time. You know, handle business first, and if it grows to be friendship, then that's cool. But some people try to like, yo, you know, my mom's having a barbecue, you should come through. We don't want to come to your barbecue. We just want to hear your music and enjoy your music, and if we like it, we continue a conversation. And if you can't take a door get closed in your face, this ain't the business for you, for real. Because it's going to happen. Sometimes it happens a lot. And just don't base your success off of how many people you've encouraged in life. Base your success off of where you wanted to be in life, right? So if you feel happy with yourself, then that's successful to me. Like some people say, well, E-Dog, man, what happened, man? I thought you was the next. And I go, what do you mean? I made it to the pros, I just didn't hit the ring. You know what I mean? So I feel successful. I don't know what you're talking about because I didn't get a Grammy or a platinum plaque doesn't mean I'm not successful. So base your success off where you want to be in life. And if you're happy with yourself, and without God, none of that is possible. So that's what I want to say.
We're going to have a question right here, and then we're at the end of our panel time, and we have great performances to come up. Okay. Was that your question? What is my son going to perform? I think we got a special performance from Jody McKenzie, yeah. Michelle, you did. Yeah, we got a lot of performers.
You want to hear her say, no, me too.
Yes. I need a couple of hands, actually. We do have a survey. We want to capture this information. Going back to Ibrahim's point about data, we do have a survey. We'd like to get the survey, and if you could just fill that out, we'd appreciate that. To allow us to improve on events like this, bring more events like this, let people know that there is a demand and a desire and appreciation. I'll take your last question, Simon, and we'll wrap.
Thank you so much. I just wanted to say thanks so much to the organizers for putting this together. We have not learned about everything we did today. My question really is that most of us spoke a lot about how much money you can make from being a musician or an artist. And we also spoke about, when we were looking at the graphic behind there earlier, it only showed how much money each one of the artists was making, but it never gave us any information on how many lives their music has impacted. Because to me, music is really powerful, If we look at music only in terms of how much money somebody can make from it, I think we are limiting ourselves and limiting the power of music, which is the true purpose of music. So I'm wondering if any one of you could talk to us about the connection that Seattle as a city, or you as some of our mentors and leaders in this forum think that we can nurture our youth and our upcoming musicians to incorporate the power of music in the money itself, because there's need for balance. Thank you.
Hip-hop has already done a big part of that. Gangbanging was tearing Seattle up, and I know you would agree. Tacoma, Seattle, it was bad. I think that hip-hop, well, it was worse in the 80s. I'm an old school guy, but first of all, you can't look at, I'm speaking for hip-hop, to raise your kids. That comes from the home, Parents gotta be parents first. That's the bottom line. Then, music is more inspiring to me. When I listen to music, I get more motivated and inspired. If I listen to an artist, that's probably the mood I'm in. So I don't look for music to make me who I am today. I look for music for motivation, yes, but it doesn't control my life. And I know what you're saying, sort of like the Bob Marleys and things like that. But what I was trying to say is there's a lot of kids today that are pursuing music than picking up a crack sack and gangbanging. So music, if you look at it now, that's why it's, what's it called, there's so many rappers today because everyone's trying to make it. I really didn't try to go in the studio than to go try to steal something or hurt somebody. So, I mean, as far as what you're saying is music impacted in Seattle, I have seen it take people tremendously and turn their lives around. I've seen cats get out of prison and have success stories later. I meet people today in the grocery store that got their families with them that was gangbanging hard. I looked at him like, you still alive? I'm still alive. That's crazy because music brought us to something else.
So what I'm asking is, you want to show people that this is how powerful it is. Not to say that it's not doing something, but to show that it's doing it. Like you're showing money, you should show that.
Yeah.
So there should be an infographic showing how music wakes you up in the morning, music is the soundtrack to your workout, music, you know, gets the church rocking, music, you know, all these different places that's a really good idea. So, Rachel, we need another infographic, you know, beyond the money, you know? Okay. Jody,
I definitely agree with that comment. So it comes back to reach, maybe having just a graphic that says the reach that person, the number of people that person may reach, whether it's a band or something else. But I think the infographics purpose is to give people some hope as far as you can make it as an aspiring artist, because a lot of people have this perception that they cannot survive in America and make a living being an artist. And I think the infographic was saying, no, you actually can make a little bit of money, make a living, and make this your career, where most people end up getting pushed, having their art being pushed to the side as it being like a side job rather than something that you're pursuing full time. And so I think that just identifies the fact that you can actually make a living doing it.
Ibrahim had just hit on the majority of what I was going to say, because you said it probably way more eloquently than I would have, but the infographic, I think, to his point, this is to assure somebody who first and foremost is an artist, don't give up on the art. Continue to create, continue to share. You have a God-given gift, continue to pursue it, because supporting yourself is possible.
Go ahead. You ready?